everybody, it's Robin Scherzer with Robin's Stampin' Hood, and welcome to my Therapy Thursday. So just a few things before I show you our project using scraps, more scraps, and more scraps. That's kind of been the theme the last few lives that I have done. So if you're out there, please make sure you say hi and share me with friends and, all that fun, good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Robin's Stampin' Hood, along with Robin's Hood of Merry Makers. That's where we post all our fun makes and all that kind of stuff. So a couple things before we start. I just want to remind you, Sale-a-bration is coming to an end. Today's the 23rd, so we only have, 5 days left. It ends February 28th. So I want to remind you about the join portion of that, where for $129, you can get $175 in product, plus the cute little mini boho machine. And if you don't like the boho blue, you can get it in white as well. If you don't want the machine at all, it's only $99 for $175 in product. So, and all you're doing is paying tax. You're not paying any shipping, which is a huge savings as well. I've been very lucky and excited. I've actually had 4 people join my team during this time. So I'm super, super excited about that. So that's one thing I want to remind you about. I have Coffee and a Card coming up on Saturday. Make sure you RSVP. I do have a few spots left for my in-person. And then I will be doing a live after that's over, probably about 10:30 on Saturday. But I do have room at my my in-person one. So please RSVP if you'd like to come to that. Again, it'll be your last chance to kind of order from the Sale-a-bration products that are out there. Let's see. The third thing is, don't forget the challenge that I put out there on Monday for using your 1 1¼ by 1¼ scraps. A few of you have posted cards, which are awesome. I love them. I am just going to take a second here and look at my monitor to make sure you guys can see me, because I can't see anything right now. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I think we're good. Hey, Penny. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Shar. Yeah, it's pretty cold here, too. We had a huge, huge, huge ice storm. Lots and lots of people lost electricity. Luckily, the Elkhorn area didn't, but everybody around us, it seems like they did. So we are very lucky that we didn't lose it. Okay, so don't forget to do the challenge. I'm giving away some free embellishments, but you have to post your picture over on Robin's Hood of Merry Makers. That's a whole different group, not the business page, but on the group. And then we talked about Sale-a-bration ending. And if you are in the area, local, Rockford area, our area here, next weekend, the first weekend of March is the Stamp, Scrap, and Art Tour. And I will have a booth there with tons and tons and tons and tons of retired stuff. And I'm going to post tonight. There's a coupon, buy one admission, get one free. So if you and a friend want to come, that's a great little savings. I just got that in my email right before I logged on. So I will post that out there shortly. Okay, so here we go. We've been talking about scraps and, how they accumulate and accumulate. So I think one of you, maybe it was Penny, that you posted a card similar to this. And I just wanted to show everybody how easy these are to do. So this is a card that I created with a bunch of scraps I had laying around from the paper that's in the Sale-a-bration, the Favored Flowers, I think it's called. So it was super easy to make. So I wanted to show you, I had a bunch of other scraps just kind of laying around. This is from that big pack of paper that if you spend $100, you get this pack of paper for free and lots of fun little designs on there. So I'm going to show you really quick how to make this. It's super easy. So I actually cut a 4, and you could do this with any shape. I just decided to do it with a rectangle. So I saw somebody did it with a punch too, and I'll show you how it works, and then you would do it with a punch. So what I do is I take my glue. So this is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, this white piece. So I just put glue, make sure you get toward the edges on it, but you don't want to have it too goopy. And then you're just going to take your pieces of scrap and just kind of randomly lay them. Now, some of these are 1 inch, 1 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm just randomly doing this, I don't know. I'm just going to put a stop point on here for here and let that lay like that. And then I'll come in and maybe, let's see, maybe do one across like this, right up to that point. And then, let's see, let's do this one. I kind of like that one. I'm getting a little bit of too much glue, which is fine. It'll dry nicely, but let me get that off my paper there for a second. Oops, I might need to pull out a baby wipe there. And then I'm going to just take some more of this. I mean, it's just fun. I'm actually going to cut this in half because it's a little long, but I like, so then I'm just kind of putting it in that little crook right there. And all I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm covering up the white piece that I have there. And let's use a little bit bigger piece here to cover that up. And if you don't totally cover it all up, it's fine. So I'm gonna just snip that piece and come in and do that. So you can see I have a little white piece there, but that's okay. It's all right. And then you're just gonna keep filling in all your different spots that you have with the scraps that you have. Okay, so you're gonna just line those up like that. Let's see, let's come in and do, I just love the polka dots, but I have to use some of the other stuff too. But you know what, that might be, you wanna make sure it covers, so there you go. I'm just gonna tear this because we're gonna get rid of it in a second anyways. And then now we just need to kind of get rid of this spot down here. So maybe what I'll do is, well, you know what? I'll do this. And then we'll do another small piece right here, but I need a little glue. There might be an easier way to do this, but for this is how I do it. And it's pretty simple. Again, you're just kind of piecing, you're just kind of piecing your scraps together, just very random. Like you can see, this is pretty random. This was 2 different pieces of paper, but within the same pack. And that's what this is. These are 2 different pieces of paper within the same pack of paper. So then I'm just gonna flip it over and take my snips, and you're just gonna snip off all the excess around that piece of 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. And again, there might be an easier way, but for me, this is very simple. Probably the hardest thing is just laying out the different, pieces of scrap that you have. And I think the key would be, keep it scraps that coordinate so it doesn't look all super goofy. Okay. Again, I'm just cutting off the excess here. Another super easy way to use up scraps, right? So let me get all this out of the way and then we'll make our card. That was pretty easy, right? So I cut a piece of fresh freesia to fit this because I thought that would be a good border. You wouldn't have to have a border if you didn't want, but I just think it looks better with a border. Hey, Glenda. Hey, Stoner. All right, so I'm just gonna put that on my back. And again, I think the key is if you keep the paper, you know, the scraps, you're gonna grab scraps from the same pack of DSP. You don't wanna go rando on, you know, the different packs that you have. Okay. And then I'm just gonna take, this is Granny Apple Green because that matches that. And now I have scraps left over that I could use on the inside of the card if I wanted to. So then I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. That's kind of fun, right? It's bright, cheery. We need some bright and cheery after this huge ice storm we had. We had some trees come down in our yard. And thank goodness it has not damaged the house. That would have been very bad. I heard something hit the house last night about 11, and I thought, okay, I didn't hear glass breaking, don't hear wind rushing in, so we should be okay until we can look at it in the morning. Okay, so there's the base of the card. Pretty easy, right? And this is just a scrap of white paper that I cut off when I was doing some other card. So I'm going to take my double oval punch, and you know, I always talk about, I always need thank you cards because I try to send thank you cards. I don't always succeed, but I try. And I'm going back to my go-to greetings that has all the little things that you need. So I'm just going to stamp thank you in Granny Apple Green. Again, make sure you guys, if you want to come to do I want to do it in this color or do I want to do it in green? I'm not sure. Would that be? I guess we'll do it in that color. Make sure you RSVP for Coffee and Cards on Saturday. I'd love to have you. Yeah, I think that's okay, right? I don't know. I think it's okay. And then instead of doing a bow, because I was thinking I would use that color ribbon, but I don't think I will because I think that's too much fresh freesia. Press that down, grab my pop-ups here, my dimensionals. So this is pretty easy. Didn't take that long. And like I said, I know you guys have these strips just laying around doing nothing. So let's put that there. And then I think what I'm gonna do, let's grab some, I don't know, let's grab some pearls. How about those? Would those go? Maybe these? I haven't used those. They kind of match with the circles, right? I don't know. We'll just randomly put them on here. Because you got to embellish them, right? Yeah, there you go. That'll work. So that's it, you guys. Go and make some of this stuff. Like I said, I know you all have these thin strips sitting around. And, you know, these are two of the celebration items you can still get. We have not sold out of those. We did sell out of the dainty flowers, but we didn't sell out of the flavored flowers, and we didn't sell out of this paper either, which I can't even remember what it's called. I think it's Dandy Designs. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you stay warm, and happy stamping. We'll see you on Saturday.